know, don't underestimate him, you know. Yeah.
Well, we need to take a quick break, but join us after the break for some more Apprentice-style analysis. And we've decided we want to have a closer look at Tara, and we think we need to further take apart a relationship that Panos has, this time with Barry. Can't be missed. Don't go away. You're very welcome back to The Right Venue and to The Apprentice, You're Fired. We have been thinking about this and we sort of decided that Tara needed a second look. Not really sure why, but have a look at this.
I think Caroline is probably the weakest of our group. She'll probably be the one out of all the girls that will probably get walked over the most.
And now just to add a little test on my own, I'm going to appoint Caroline as the project manager for Fusion.
I think it was an excellent choice that Caroline was chosen as PM for this task because she has hidden in the background. I'd like to see Caroline gone, but at the same time I don't want to see my team losing. I'm quite happy and I think we'll work well together, so that's fine. To be perfectly honest, I think Caroline as a PM is dreadful. She couldn't organise a piss-up in a brewery. The lads have just totally taken control and they're dictating what happens in this task.
So what do you think your team are going to say about your performance?
I think that it should be positive feedback. I hope it is.
To be perfectly honest, Bill, Caroline isn't a natural-born leader. I feel the boys took control and Caroline maybe took a backseat.
So do you not think that you did well?
To be honest, Bill...
No.
No.
Yeah, it's like that old phrase. What's the line that says that the only time she pats you on the back is when she's checking for the angle of the knife? It's... When you look at Tara, you were watching that, Lorraine, and you were shaking your head all the way through.
Yeah,
Why?
She doesn't sit well with me, I'm afraid. Anybody that starts a sentence with, to be honest, is clearly telling a lie.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Cahill, when he was in after the first show, said, Mairead, that she was probably the most divisive person in the house. Was that the sense that you got of her?
I suppose from watching this particular episode, I think she seemed to be giving a lot of mixed messages, particularly there. So, and was, you know, I suppose passed quite a few remarks about people, which I don't think is ever going to do anyone any favours.
Is that playing the game right? Is she doing a good job of befriending them in the house and then shafting them when she gets the chance?
Yeah, that's interesting. They're all in there to win. And looking at this episode, I feel no matter what it takes, they're going to do whatever it takes to win.
Well, Niamh has first-hand experience. Niamh, is Tara playing a calculating game?
No, I don't. To be quite honest, I mean, I suppose go back to the first episode, and as you know, myself and Tara did not, you know, work well together at all. She was just from the start completely negative to, if you said black, she'd say white. And not just me, it was, you know, Cahill and everybody else as well. And we did, as you know, had, you know, words in the boardroom. And when we actually, which they don't show it, when we actually came out of the boardroom, we both gave each other a hug and said, that's over with now. We need to sit down, speak to each other and say, how can we get on?
But she was very critical of you as well. She got into the car and told everybody that you wouldn't let them move on and that nothing had been done. I mean, she was pretty harsh.
Yeah, you know, that was her opinion.
This isn't her attempt to
undermine
people. No, I don't.
I suppose from knowing Tara as much as I do, I just think that's just her personality. She does, and she says it herself. She says things before she, you know, she thinks.
What about Barry, by the way?
Oh, Barry, love Barry.
Do you?
Yeah, love Barry, love Barry. I am so disappointed that I didn't get to work, you know, on a team with Barry.
He has a great turn of phrase. Whenever there is, when you need a quote, it is going to be Barry who comes up with it. And for this week, Barry is going to be our quote of the week. This is him talking about his relationship with Panos.
I'd go into battle with Panos, but I'd want a big gun with me as well.
Is that to shoot Panos or the enemy?
No, of course not.
Yeah, you'd have to worry ever so slightly about Barry when he's talking about bringing guns in to deal with Panos. But he spent a lot of time saying, I'm the man who can do presentations, I'm super at this. And then he got up and gave the presentation. Mairead, you were on the receiving end. How did you rate the presentation?
I thought his presentation was, I mean, it was passionate and it was strong. And, I mean, there were aspects of it which, you know, we probably didn't see all of it there in the episode. So, you know, he talked quite a lot about the benefits of Luke Sport Light in his presentation. So.
We saw the dire straits and the smoke machine, though.
But, you know, I suppose he was asked to do that as part of by the project manager, and he was asked to incorporate that into the presentation. So it was a little bit over the top, I suppose, but, you know, at the same time, it did create an impact.
What I like about Barry is I think it's people like Barry who's going to take us out of this recession, to be quite honest.
Yes,
because
very good. I agree.
He'll make the mistakes, but he'll learn keep going.
Except,
it's people
though,
like that we
it's
need.
having a negative effect on at least one person inside in the house, because all of the talk from Barry of war and of fighting is causing Panos to have some interesting dreams.
Guys, they tell you about my nightmare last night. I was in the boardroom. I was on my own. I don't know, for some reason I was just on my own, and it was just Bill and Jackie, no Brian. And Bill was dressed up as a Spartan warrior, and he had like a massive sword. And he was like, I am asking the question, who are you going to bring back to the boardroom? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, there's no one here. It's like, in that case then, Panos, you are dead. And he just waved his sword like, and he just sliced my head off. And I remember my head like rolling down the floor, and even though my head was down the floor, I was still looking up, and I was like, still no one is here.
Lorraine, I'm not particularly expert at analysing dreams. What do you think we should read into him saying that Bill had a massive sword? What do you think it could possibly mean?
He might be doubting his position.
I'm just asking.
He might be doubting
I'd say Bill would be happy to discover he doesn't have a tiny little sword. The relationship between Barry and Panos, it seems to be, it's the oddest thing, because you've this alpha male, true dub, and this very gentle Greek guy. I mean, there's one bit in the kiss and make up bit that we saw earlier on, and there's one piece within it that I think is worth watching back, because I get more and more intrigued at this clip with the whispering.
I want to win this task, and I want to make sure we win.
But I understand, but you know what my problem with you is? And I have a slight one. You're just saying that you don't like it, don't like it, don't like it.
No, I'm not saying I like all of this.
Can you let me finish?
I like all of this. I like all of it.
No, you don't.
No, I do. Listen to me. I like all of it. I'm not here to make a... I'm just here to win.
I know, that's what everybody wants.
Okay.
But just give me... If you don't like something, I do appreciate it.
Okay. I just know...
Bring me something else.
Okay, I will...
Because just by making me feel bad because there's
nothing good... I'm
not
trying to make you feel bad, mate. Honestly, give me some love.
It's okay, it's okay.
Well, in the task this week, one of the things that the apprentices had to do was they had to deal with models. And Celia, I want your view on this, because when I watched it, it was like watching an Apprentice that had been recorded in about 1857. Because the level of fear that they had in talking about, you know, any chance you might lift your shirt. This one clip, I don't believe the guys should have been this embarrassed if they were asking female models to get topless.
Hi guys. Could I get you into a running pose from a side profile if you wouldn't mind, please? Well, thanks so much.
Would you mind going topless?
No.
No, because he's coming out of the gym and he could be sweating.
No, I don't know. I think it'd be a bit... First of all, we'll just...
A little bit in their face.
I literally couldn't have told the model to take his top off. I just couldn't.
Yeah, guys, could we just, in case of a shot that's going to be topless, and I know the girls are obviously going to probably ask this most, but could we see maybe your abs to see what they're like for the ads?
Sorry.
The day's been good to get the feel for the photographer to get a feel for us to get a feel of the models, and vice versa.
That's perfect, that's all, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think I've got what I need.
Yeah. Come on, lads.
Sorry. I thought
one definitely, yeah.
One.
All right, you can relax if you were frightened by that. The semi-naked men have gone away now. You can open your eyes. Celia, surely a guy working as a model, he is used to being told, take your t-shirt off.
No problem. They'll take off their tops. It's part of it. You know, that was no problem. It's just maybe the courage to ask. Maybe, you know, a lot of the contestants, maybe this is the very, very first time they've been in the situation. But the very interesting point, I thought, was the fact that one of the, I can't remember which one came out, Niamh, to say that the female models can go home. You know, I thought that was unbelievable. Yeah. I mean,
well, Bill described it as abuse.
Yeah, you don't ever do anything like that. You know, first of all, you give a litany of reasons why, and then you apologise. I mean, they go to a lot of trouble to arrive, bags, makeup, you know, focused on the job in hand, and this to happen. I mean, you never tell a woman she can't do anything. I mean, we can do everything.
Well, we will talk more about this, Celia, but after the break, our studio audience is also going to let us know whether or not they thought Bill got it right. And for all of you in the Will McCreevy fan club, we have a